In an ancient temple, there was a young monk named Ashura. This young monk had been tormented by inner turmoil, feeling unable to find peace. He often found himself consumed by anxiety, anger, and distress. He realized he needed to find a way, a path to seek inner harmony and tranquility. In search of wisdom and answers, Ashura decided to embark on a journey to a distant mountain monastery. It was a serene place, home to a renowned Buddhist figure named Shih Guang. Shih Guang was renowned for his wisdom and serenity, and was considered a sage. Ashura hoped to seek guidance from Shih Guang and find a way to alleviate his inner turmoil. Upon his arrival at the monastery, the elder monks warmly welcomed him and invited him to join the daily meditation rituals. During meditation, Shih Guang taught him to observe his thoughts and emotions. Ashura began to deeply observe himself, discovering that his inner world was filled with various worries, anxieties, and anger, emotions seemingly beyond his control. However, Shih Guang instructed him not to resist or suppress these emotions, but to greet them with awareness and compassion. Under Shih Guang's guidance, Ashura gradually learned to observe his inner self without being controlled by his emotions. He realized that these emotions were transient visitors, coming and going, and if not clung to, they would not disturb his inner peace. He gradually understood that his anxiety, anger, and worry stemmed from overreacting to external events and excessive concern for the future. Shih Guang told Ashura, inner peace and happiness do not depend on external circumstances, but on your attitude and response to those circumstances. You must learn to observe your emotions without being swayed by them. Understand that blaming and resisting cannot change the past, and worrying cannot alter the future. Only when you focus on the present moment, release attachments to the past and future, can you find inner peace. As Ashura continued his practice in the monastery, the legendary Buddha himself came to visit. The Buddha, the founder of Buddhism, was renowned for his profound teachings and inner wisdom. His presence stirred excitement among the people at the monastery, and they gathered to listen to his wisdom. The Buddha began to speak about inner peace and happiness, emphasizing the importance of observing one's inner self and emotions. He said, inner peace and happiness are not determined by external conditions, but by your awareness and response to your inner self. Only when you can understand your emotions, thoughts, and attachments and handle them with compassion and wisdom can you find true inner peace. Listening to the Buddha's teachings, Ashura had a profound realization. He understood that the answers he had been seeking were within himself. With guidance from both the Buddha and Shih Guang, he continued his dedicated practice, deepening his self-observation, learning to accept and transform his emotions to achieve inner peace and happiness. As time passed, Ashura's inner world gradually became tranquil and serene. He was no longer controlled by his emotions, but could observe them, understand them, and, when necessary, transform them into inner calm. His inner world became unwavering, undisturbed by emotional fluctuations. He experienced true inner peace and happiness that were not affected by external circumstances. This story tells us that positive self-reflection is not just about observing our thoughts and emotions, but learning to accept them, understand them, and even transform them into inner peace. We don't need to be troubled by anxiety, anger, or worry. Instead, we can learn to observe them, understand them, and achieve inner tranquility. This story also highlights the wisdom teachings of the Buddha and Shih Guang, emphasizing the importance of self-observation to attain inner harmony and peace. This process takes time and practice, but it can become a valuable tool to help us navigate life's challenges, establish healthier emotional responses, and achieve inner serenity and happiness.